Okay, these are going to be your instructions on how to make a icosahedron using pipe cleaners and coffee stirrers. You will also need some wire cutters or some scissors that nobody cares about because cutting the wire will dull the edges of the scissors. So you need 15 pipe cleaners. You want to make sure that you get the fuzzy ones. If you're in a craft store, these are the 6mm chenille stems or whatever they're calling them. If you are buying the half-size packets, you want 30 of them, logically. Okay. Now, what you want to make sure you don't want these. These are 3mm. We don't want these. We want the 6mm. 9mm is too big. So you're going to take your chenille stem, your pipe cleaner here, and you want to cut it in the middle. Now I don't want you to bend it, because what's going to happen is if you bend it and make a crease up here, that basically makes kind of like a hook on the end, which can get caught when we start putting this thing together. So just kind of eyeball it about where the middle is. Okay. And you're going to cut it in half. And then take the half and you want to cut it in half again. So you're basically cutting this thing into fourths. Okay, cut this thing into fourths. Like so. Okay, so you end up, where'd they go? Cutting all of your pipe cleaners into fourths. Okay, once you've done that, again, this is prep work, which makes it a lot easier so that once you start assembling, you don't have to stop and either cut more or do anything else. So you're going to take your pieces here, and you're going to take your thumbnail and kind of pinch the piece in the middle, and you want to just kind of bend it around your thumbnail. So I've got a nice sharp crease here. That's going to make assembling it a lot easier. So you're going to do that for all of the pieces that you just cut. Okay. Okay. Then once you've got everything all folded, okay, now we can start assembling them. So you've got your coffee stirrers. You should have 30 coffee stirrers. It's not a bad idea to go ahead and count them before you get started. That way you know if you're short or long, because a lot of times I'm counting these things in a hurry. So make sure you have 30 of these. Then once you've done that, here's the rule. For every coffee stirrer, you need to have 2 pipe cleaner stems going into it. Okay, so you're going to take 2 of your pipe cleaners and you want to put them into the end of your straw. Now they will, even though it looks so thick, they will fit because they're going to kind of smush together. So you just kind of insert them into the end like that. Okay, as you can see here, you get kind of this V shape on the end. So you want to take another pipe cleaner that has, so you notice the V shape here. You're going to kind of nest the 2 together. Take another coffee stirrer, like that. Okay, you've got another V. Grab another pipe cleaner, and now you can do these kind of like one at a time, but usually what ends up happening is this in here catches on the fuzzy part as you put it together. Now the main thing I want you to remember here is that around each point you want 5 straws. Okay, so when I put this in here, I've got, oh, get in there. There it goes. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not going to take another one of these. I'm just going to go ahead and pinch these 2 together and put a straw on the end. Alright, so I end up with 5 straws around a point. I don't have any pipe cleaners showing. I just have this point here in the middle. And if you kind of tug on them, I mean, they're staying together pretty well because we have that double thickness in there. One thickness of pipe cleaner really isn't enough to hold the straw on. Okay. So now what you do is you're going to pick one of these ends, pick two pipe cleaners, and stick them in the end. Okay. All right. So again, we've got a V shape. Put it into the V shape. Stick a pipe cleaner on the end. So the biggest mistake I see students make is either they get in a hurry and they don't put 2 pipe cleaners on each end, or they lose count of how many straws they have around a point and they either put too many or too few. If you put 6 straws around a point, your shape is never going to come together. If you put 4, it's going to kind of collapse on itself. So you really just need 5, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straws around a point. And yes, I do find myself counting it every single time. Alright. So now we've got this kind of double shape here. Now this is called an icosahedron because it's got 20 equilateral triangles. So you can see how here's like 2 of my equilateral triangles starting to form. Okay. So let's see, I'm going to go, let's do red and white. So again, just put that in the end here. Now it really doesn't matter which way you do this. I mean, where you start. You can, if you want to keep going, I just find it's easier to start building triangles because that way I can kind of keep track where I am. Because like for example here, I want to put these 2 together. Right. Now, it's tempting, you might say, okay, why can't I do that? Well, if you look here, if I put this one over here, then it's not going to make a triangle, okay? If it doesn't make a triangle, then you're going to stick a straw. It's basically the rule. If you can't make a triangle, put a straw. All right, 1, 2, 3, so I'm going to do one more. There's my blue. Keep in there. Okay, so again, like here, I can't make a triangle, so I'm going to stick a straw. Okay, so now I've got a triangle here. So I'm just going to keep building triangles. So let's do white and blue. So I'll go up here. Like I said, it really doesn't matter which way you want to go. It will eventually start kind of curling in on itself, which is what you want. You just don't want it to, if it starts kind of seeming too small, double check to make sure you don't have any 4s, any points with 4 around them. Okay. And here's another triangle. One, two, three. Okay. All right. So you're just going to see, keep forming triangles here. Let's see. We'll go over here. But this is why you want to have everything done before you start putting these together, because to me this is the fun part of it. You start kind of putting it and seeing the shapes happen. And if you have to stop and start cutting more pipe cleaners or whatever, it just makes it tedious. Let's see. Okay, can't do that. So. Let's go red. And 1, 2, 3, 4, so this is going to be my 5. Okay. And I'm going to do one last one just so you can see how 3 of them get joined together. So let's do white here. No, let's do 2 whites. Go in. So again, as long as you can form triangles, form triangles. If you can't form a triangle, put a straw. Would you please go in there? Okay. One thing that you may find is that if you, especially if you've gotten kind of the cheaper pipe cleaners, they will try to bend on you as you stick them in there. So just kind of don't be too hard with them. All right, 1, 2, 3. So we have one more. Okay, I don't know why there's. Okay, so again, I can't make a triangle going this way, so I'm going to have to stick a straw. And I can't make a triangle that way, so I'm going to have to stick a straw. Okay. Alright, so you get this kind of dodge symbol, which is pretty cool. So you just keep doing that, and then eventually, I was confused. You end up, and here's, I'm getting near the end here. Okay. Alright. So again, you can see how, how all the triangles have been forming here. And it just kind of starts to curl up on itself. So, let's see, I'm going to take, let's do green. So, stick these in here, get in here. Okay. So I can form a triangle, so I'm going to stick these two together. Okay, I can't form a triangle there, so I'm going to stick a straw. Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can form a triangle here, so I'm going to stick these two together. Okay, 3, 4. And can't stick anything there, so use a straw. Now at this point you're going to start thinking, okay, I've got all of these pieces here and I only have one straw left, but it's okay, it actually will all work out. Alright, so we'll go yellow now. So I'm going to stick them here. Again, it's this thing of where if you can make a triangle, make a triangle. If you can't, stick a straw. Now, if you do run out, if you counted 30 straws and you run out of straws, then that means something went wrong somewhere, because it will take exactly 30. Okay. So, okay, that won't work there. So, yeah, I'm just going to go with my last straw here. Alright. Okay. Now I can make a triangle here, so those two are going to go together. Now what I end up with here is I've got these 5 straws left over that I'm going to put together and finish the thing off with. Okay, so, oops, sorry about that. And last one. Get in there. Okay, and so what we have now is 20 equilateral triangles, and so we have our icosahedron.